We are at the Boston Tea Party. This is the bathroom of it. And yeah.
Great.
It feels like a party every day. Here's the boat. They dump tea in the harbor.
Yes.
I think that's why it's this color.
Actually, it's more blue than it used to be.
I've never been here.
Oh. It's more brown.
Personally.
Alright.
Here's the walk to the bathroom. At the Boston Tea Party to have a meal, serving scones. I'm waiting for my salad. It's cute in here though. Hold on. Body tea at the Boston Tea Party.
That's what I just said.
I know I repeated you.
Because it was a tea line.
So we ate.
It was bad.
Her scones were bad. My food was meh. I had.
It's okay.
Yeah.
The people are nice. That's all that matters.
That's actually true. People here have been very nice. The boat is taking off once again. I wonder if it's the actual boat.
No.
Oh. And now we're gonna go to Faneuil Hall because they have
Faneuil. You Faneuil.
We're going to Emmanuel Hall.
Okay, we're just saying words now.
We're going to the hall. We're going to walk there. And her phone has 17%.
Yes. Luckily, so hopefully my dad sends me this stuff.
And I like the music here. It reminds me of Pride and Prejudice from the movie. I was in a play in Pride and Prejudice and I danced. I danced the night away.
Right.
And it was really special. Alright. Lemonade. Who's that guy? Actually, who is that? Oh, Samuel Adams. Like the beer.
Yay. Wow, that was interesting.
In April of 1770, Parliament resigned the Townshend duties on 4 of the 5 commodities that had been taxed, but the tea tax remained. Patriots were outraged and sought to increase efforts of tea boycotts by appealing to merchants and citizenry. Tea was a very popular drink, so their resolve weakened. In spring of 1773, the East India Company had a large amount of extra tea, and in order to help the failing company reduce the smuggling of Dutch tea and enforce its authority to levy taxes onto the colonists, Parliament passed the Tea Act on May 10, 1773.
Tea sold in America would carry no duty for the East India Company, but instead the tea would be taxed at any point of entry in colonial ports. Consignees were appointed in Boston, Philadelphia, New York City, and Charleston to receive and sell the tea. In the fall of the same year, newspapers began to publish the details of the East India Company's plan. Once the colonists learned that the tea was coming, protests began. Writers began criticizing the tea agents, calling them political bombardiers. Refusing a summons to resign their commissions, Boston's tea agents countered that they were the true sons of liberty.
In disagreement, a patriot mob stormed Richard Clark's King Street shop on November 3rd. Boston's consignees later petitioned the governor to safeguard the tea once it arrives. But with British forces confined at Castle William since the Boston Massacre, Hutchinson acted powerless. On Sunday, November 28th, a ship called the Dartmouth, carrying 114 chests of tea, arrived in the Boston harbor. A meeting which was open to Bostonians and people from surrounding towns who wished to attend was held at Faneuil Hall. When the crowd increased in size, the meeting moved to the South Meetings House. The people who agreed that the tea should be returned and 25 men to guard Griffin's Wharf.
By December 15th, the Eleanor and the Beaver, both with tea, arrive at Griffin's Wharf. If the duty on the Dartmouths is not paid by December 17th, the customs officer is authorized to seize the ship and its cargo. The governor, the ship's owners, and the tea consignees all refused to return the tea to England. On December 16th, at Old South, the people voted to prevent the East India Company's tea from being landed, stored, sold, or consumed. At the end of the meeting, a crowd rushed into the streets with 30 to 60 men dressed as Native Americans down to Griffin's Wharf. The men then dumped 342 chests of tea into the harbor. The governor of Massachusetts called their acts high treason.
Patriots in Boston motivated other patriots in the colonies to also rise up against British rule. Due to the Patriots' actions, the East India Company ordered for all ports to close until they reimbursed their losses. The Boston Tea Party is significant for its role in motivating the Revolutionary War and an example of Massachusetts residents' resilience and protest when facing injustice. The Boston Tea Party's reenactment is not only a fun way to educate yourself on the Boston Tea Party, it also plays an important role in reminding the people of Massachusetts who they are. Okay, so here we are at Faneuil Hall. Where are you?
Quincy Market, is that open?
I don't know. Let's see. Oh. This building is commonly known as Faneuil Hall, or the Cradle of Liberty. It was built here in Boston in 1742 by Peter Faneuil. Since then, it has been the site for many meetings and protests.
In 1864, the Sugar and Stamp Act was protested here, where the colonists coined the phrase, "no taxation without representation."
In 1770, following the Boston Massacre, where civilians had been killed by British soldiers, citizens crowded this hall and demanded accountability from the British Parliament.
Within the year 1773 to 1774, many meetings were held in regards to the Tea Acts. The meetings held here are directly related to the Boston Tea Party. Throughout the 1840s and 30s, protests were both held by abolitionists and those who defended slavery, despite this hall being located in Massachusetts, which was a very anti-slavery state.
In 1873, Lucy Stone held a rally here called the New England Women's Tea Party. Women gathered here to fight for the right to vote, comparing the colonial taxation to women not having the right to vote. The name of this was a reference to early revolutionary protests held by women where they swore off tea. To this day, this hall still stands, although many people have tried to get the name to be changed, as Peter Faneuil, who it is named after, was a merchant who traded goods made from slave labor and owned enslaved people himself.
Since 2020, protesters have poured fake blood on the building and even chained themselves to the building. Despite this, no changes have been made to the building or its name.